A question on Reddit. People who didn't believe in ghosts or jinn, but later started believing in them. What was the moment that changed your mind? This person said, I used to work at a public swimming pool. I mostly worked alone because it took me a long time to clean the building and the pool. One night, around 2 a.m., I was cleaning the changing room as usual. The pool had been closed for about 4 hours. While I was cleaning, I suddenly heard a child laughing and the sound of barefoot footsteps running around the pool area. I left the room to check, but there was no one in sight, and all the doors were locked. It was impossible for a child to be hiding there. On top of that, I saw wet footprints around the pool. I checked all the doors again to make sure they were locked, then looked at the security cameras. I was the only person inside the building. The situation was disturbing and terrifying. Another person said, in my late 20s, I was dating a girl who was soon to become my wife. We had been together for a while. One summer, on July 3rd, my fiancé's sister was kidnapped and killed by a group of 6 men. They were later arrested and put on trial. The legal process and trials were very difficult and painful for her family. Years after her funeral, I went to my fiancé's house to wait for her to return from her job as a nurse at a local hospital. Her parents were not home, so I was alone. I went to the living room, turned on the TV, sat on the couch, and relaxed. Suddenly, in a clear voice, I heard my fiancé's sister calling my name in my right ear. I turned to look at the chair next to me, but of course no one was there. I kept staring at the chair for a long time. The feeling was very uncomfortable, so I turned off the TV and went outside to wait for her on the balcony. Another person said, I had just fallen asleep after watching a movie with my family when I suddenly woke up because something felt like a small child was running toward the couch we were sleeping on. I immediately sat up, ready to react. Normally, if something strange happens, I just ignore it and go back to sleep, but this time, my parents woke up at the exact same moment, before I even said anything. My father said he saw a small child running toward us, and my mother confirmed she saw the same thing.